It's me, Ascriblio. I'm here to teach you how to get the red box in this version of Conquest, and today's focused topic is going to be Sector 4 and all its cheesy goodness. Let's do this. Here we are in the wonderful, wonderful Sector 4. What feats can we expect to find within this sector? What presents have we got to unravel? Oh my god, it's cheese! We need to we need to defeat 30 enemies with Night Sister units. That's actually not so terrible. We need to gain Tenacity Up 50 times. Absolutely easily. We need to win 15 battles with Bella and Keck in our squad, also easy, and we need to attempt to inflict Blight 40 times. Now, Blight is from the brand new trooper units. Now, we can do quite a lot of this good business between, Tenacity Up and Blight in relative ease if you happen to find yourself in a position where you can cheese that good business, and you should be able to find something relatively easy. Personally, I like to look out for a node similar to this, a General Grievous node. Well, maybe not General Grievous. If you've got a Newt node with Droidica, it's the best one. Okay, in my opinion, it's the best one to use. I like to use a Newt lead just because GG does a lot of damage, and I'd rather have an easier time of it. But Droidica is the important part. We are going to abuse him being in damage immunity, and we're just going to control that situation completely. Now, what status effects, what data discs, all that sort of good business are you looking for? Just my standard approach here: Voluntary Vanguard, Volatile Accelerator, Weak Spot, Amplify Agni, and Ruthless Offense. It's all we really care about. We want to be able to destroy the enemy team quickly and then just keep that Droidica stunned while we have some fun with him. Alright, let's roll the footage. So the team that we're going to be using is going to be a CLS team here: Han, Chewie, Xaereth for Tenacity Up, and Night Trooper. Now, if you can get this to work with Sia Junda, that's probably an ideal situation because she passes Tenacity Up on a basic. Essentially, what we want to do is we want to let Droidica get into damage immunity, and we want to defeat all of the enemy team apart from Droidica. Okay, so if Droidica is in DI, do not dispel him at all. After this, we want to clear out everybody else, so it's just Droidica, and then we're going to keep Droidica stun locked and turn meter removed at all times. Okay, so we're just going to get that tenacity down from Chewbacca. Now we have the ability to actually land some debuffs. Do not dispel the Droidica, just let him go. Now you'll see whenever our Night Trooper does a basic, he's going to apply Blight to himself. That Blight is going to count towards your feats. Okay, we want to use his first special to get Alert up, and when we've got Alert up, we want to be using specials with our allies, provided we don't remove the damage immunity from Droidica, so that he can gain additional stacks of Blight because he'll be doing lots of basics, alright? So specials when he has Alert to cause him to assist, and then he's going to ramp up those stacks of Blights, and then eventually we'll just have like 50 plus stacks of Blight on our characters. So I'm just going to get rid of everybody here, get rid of all the ads, and it's just down to this. Now at this point, if you've got this point and you've got Sia Junda, just go auto basic and you'll be absolutely fine. You'll get all your tenacity ups, you'll get all of your Blights done in one battle. But apart from that, you just want to use specials with your Night Trooper when you can to ramp up his stacks of Blight and to put them on the opponent. Specials with both Chirrut and Han Solo, and second special on CLS and second special on Chewbacca when you have Alert on your Night Trooper, just to call him to assist so that he ramps up additional stacks of Blight. Easier if you just put it on full auto, truth be told, but it's a little bit slower and you won't get the tenacity up with Chirrut, okay? I'm just going to go to the end so you can just get an idea of how many Blights we get. So we're in the last 5 seconds here, and you can see we've got 50 stacks of Blight on Night Trooper and 17 on the enemy, well above what we actually need. And we would have got a decent amount of that tenacity up. It's not the best for tenacity up, like I said. If you've got Sia Junda, this will be one battle easily. As you're progressing in this sector, you can use JMK as well to get boatloads of tenacity. I'm using Mace Windu with JMK and Shaq T here. Essentially, JMK's first special passes tenacity up to everybody, and then you can spread it with Grandmaster Yoda, except I, for some reason, decided to do a jump instead. But we spread it, and then Shaq T also can pass it to Grandmaster Yoda with her first special. So it's very easy to get lots of tenacity up in a team like this, and you can just use it as you are going through the nodes. Slowly, catchy monkey. Using that same data disk setup, of course, using Amplify Agni as Volatile Accelerator, you can get a bunch of kills with Night Sisters and get your wins with Keller and Beck, and you've got zero chance of failure here. Look at all those kills. Essentially, we're using Reva lead with Grand Inquisitor and Fifth Brother in this instance. Essentially, what happens is Reva is placing Purge on the enemy, 5 stacks of Purge on the enemy, and that is immediately going to get an extra 1 stack of Purge with Grand Inquisitor, triggering a bonus turn. Now, all those stacks of Purge actually count as instances of damage to the enemy, which is going to trigger Amplify Agni, which is going to also trigger a bunch of dot damage over times, all that sort of business. Everybody's basically going to die. Now, you have to use Mother Talzin as your 5th for this, because she gains bonus turn meter, 35% bonus turn meter, I believe, when enemies drop below a certain health threshold. She ends up getting about 170% turn meter. So as you can see, as soon as the battle starts, she is able to just whop AoE everybody down. Now you can burn this down to like 1% stamina, as long as you have Reaver and Grand Inquisitor. Now, I appreciate most people do not have Reaver and Grand Inquisitor. I get that. I just want people to make sure that they are aware of this, particularly with Mother Talzin and throwing in Keller and Beck, because you need to have those wins with Keller and Beck. This is a good way of getting 2 feats in one turn, guys, in one battle, and you can just burn it throughout the entire thing. You can burn this thing all the way through stamina. Alternatively, of course, if you do have a Keller and Beck team, you can go in with just a standard Keller and Beck lead. I'm using full Galactic Republic Jedi here, Cam and Jedi Anakin and Shaq T and all that sort of business, and you will slowly chew your way through the enemy team. It's not an ideal team by any stretch of the imagination, but it does work. It's pretty reliable if you happen to have it geared up. I personally prefer the Reaver setup. It's the most convenient as far as I'm concerned. And you can see you don't end up actually losing anybody. You can actually just 3-star nodes in this sort of instance. Now, this does require gear on him. If you don't happen to have Reaver available, you can use some sort of funky setup here using Grand Admiral Thrawn and Moff Gideon to get most of the same effect done there. Essentially what we're going to be doing, I'm throwing in Han Solo here just to be able to shoot first, Keller and Beck for the win, and Mother Talzin to get some damage on the board. Essentially what we're just looking to do here is get that, I'm using the bonus node by the way here. What do I want to, I think I might go ahead and stun or just completely destroy the GBA, and that makes life a lot easier. Yeah, you're just looking to get round to that first turn. Mother Talzin should eventually take a turn, and then you just go ahead and, you know, more or less blow everybody away. Who else have we got available here? I don't particularly like Sunfac. I don't particularly like any of them, truth be told. But let's go after Sunfac over here. Let's just do some damage. Yeah, we lose Keller and Beck, and then everybody sort of just passes away. Now, don't forget, this is on the bonus node as well. So being on the bonus node means it doesn't matter necessarily. If you lose a unit, you'll still be able to get your rewards here. And Sector 4 is the best sector to be farming those sort of rewards as well. Just to confirm as well, guys, you don't actually need Keller and Beck to survive. He just needs to be in the squad. So you don't even have to worry about protecting him. Just have him in there, go against the bonus node with that sort of team, or even just go in there with Keller and Beck under a CLS team and just have your way with it, and it'll be absolutely fine. Or that Bam Dash Chewie setup with Han, that will also work absolute great wonders. Meantime then, let's go ahead and check out the boss nodes. So the mid-sector boss is against Tuskens. You need to win with a full team of Galactic Republic, and you need to win with Jar Jar surviving. Now, I'm going to assume that anybody that has Jar Jar is going to have a full Jar Jar setup. I'll show you my footage over here just so that we can actually take a look. It really wasn't so bad with Jar Jar. Same standard data disk setup. I'll have it in an image at the end of this video, guys, so make sure you check it out if you need to refer to it. But basically, you go in and you win. All right, because it's Gungans, and Gungans have a boatload of debuffs available to them, so they're going to absolutely destroy almost everything that they come up against. And their enemies over here actually managed to somehow miss a shield generator. You managed to miss a static object. How do you feel, Tuskens? Maybe you need to take off that mask. Maybe it's impairing your vision just a little bit. But there's not a whole lot of nuance to this, guys. You could probably just put it on full auto and have a jolly good time. I mean, I didn't struggle, but then again, my Gungans are like Relic 8, Relic 9. Jar Jar's Relic 9, the rest of the Relic 8. You shouldn't really struggle getting a win with Gungans, I will be honest. I'll just skip ahead so we can see, you know, over here. Oh, wow, I skipped too far ahead. Well, there's the victory sign. But as you can see, we lost the shield generator, but it really didn't matter. It didn't matter at all, because we take reduced damage from dots anyway, so easy peasy squeezy lemons, I guess. Galactic Republic was a little bit different. I decided to go in with a Padme team here. So we're using Padme with GK, Snips, Jedi Knight Anakin, and Shaq T. Turns out it's Shaq T. I figured that Padme would be pretty good because there's no source of turn meter manipulation on a Padme team, so the enemy's not going to gain boatloads and boatloads of momentum. They're just going to gain an inordinate amount of momentum instead. We've also got a good source of cleansing. We've got a good source of dispelling. I thought it was a decent team to take up, and it is decent. I don't think I lost anybody. I think I nearly lost people. It's just a little bit on the slow side. That's all it is. If you can manage to build up a good, healthy amount of courage, you should be able to one-tap some of these units, but as per usual, they are just very, very chunky. We got rid of Chieftain there. After Chieftain, you really want to get through Tusken Warrior, or realistically speaking, you kind of just want to get rid of Tusken Warrior all the time. See Courage doing absolute boatloads of work there, doing all that max health damage. So yeah, keep your Padme around, guys. She is actually useful in some ways. You can see the enemy over here has got that taunt over on Jedi Knight Anakin, but we didn't lose anybody. Still 3 stars, still full Galactic Republic. If you've got JMK, just use JMK. Let's be honest. Next up, then, we have got the boss node, and it's a Dash Kira team set up over here. We need to win with no Empire in our squads, and we need to win with Dark Trooper Moff Gideon surviving. So for no Empire, then, we do go in with a CLS team, just full bare bones CLS team. You want to target down Vandor Chewbacca at the start, and you just delete him from the very existence, and after that, it's go after Dash. We got lucky there. He chose to use his first special instead of the second special, so it could have been bad, but it wasn't. Maybe we got lucky, I don't know. I think we probably did get lucky, but as you can see, CLS just does so much damage. I imagine you could probably drop C-3PO and keep DTMG in there if he is weak, and still manage to get this win out of the gate. Not too bad, not too bad. Of course, we know that you can just use Inquisitors with Darth Trooper Moff Gideon and Dark Trooper Moff Gideon and just like win in seconds. Like I said, you could probably go ahead and just drop out C-3PO and throw in Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, I can say his name, in that CLS team for the same effect, essentially. Or you could go in with a BAM lead with Dash, Han, and Chewie and get the same sort of result once again. It's a good, solid team, and I do recommend them. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen of the tribe, that's going to about do it for Sector 4. If you haven't watched the other sectors, make sure you do. They're all in my playlist of this video series. We've gone through sectors 1, 2, and 3, and now 4, for your reading pleasure. Make sure you do like the video if you did enjoy it, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you all in the very next video. Peace out, and may the Force be with you.